Welcome to the Light Renegades. My name is Starr. For those that might find themselves here for the first time, I suggest sticking around for this message. It's a pretty potent one. There is a technique that you can be using moving forward with regards to helping you shift your energies. And yeah, I feel very real positive where we find ourselves with Crow at this time, everyone, and I'm very grateful for his presence here, and he is a constant support to me at the moment. It is my grandmother's birthday. She has passed, so I find myself at the cemetery today, and he was very much with me there in that space, and I found it very interesting frequenting spaces where I associate life and death very differently from perhaps a lot of people around me, and I see everyone to be with us at all times, at any time that they want to be, and anytime we call them in. So I find it interesting to go to a space where people go just to specifically speak to those people that have passed, and perhaps don't spend any other time speaking to them apart from when it is birthdays or holidays or celebrations. And I sent all of my love and my frequency out to as many rested souls as I could that might have been in that space, and I received energy back, and it was a great reminder and confirmation for me of just how much this is a two-way street, and just as much as you give out, you definitely receive back too. And yeah, it was just a really beautiful day, and yeah, I feel very grateful to be here and alive at this time, and yeah, I wanted to share that with you all. But today's message from Crow was titled My Legacy. Today I wish to share that I am ready to take the plunge, to allow you all to see me for whom I truly am. I shall make myself known to you if you wish to seek my guidance. Just say the word and I shall be with you. I know many think I a danger, a tyrant. I was for a time, sure. However, I hope in time I can prove to you I am worthy of acceptance, exactly where you find yourself now. Those that may have been harmed by my words, I release you from your pains. You have been no victim. You have struggled the most so that others can be set free. Please remember this. Nothing moving forward will be in vain. I'm here to share with you some information which I think you might find very intriguing. There is an upgrade happening to the collective, humans at a cellular level. What makes this expansion so different from any other, you may ask? Well, your DNA is in fact being recoded to be at the level of the gods. There have been so many seeking to upgrade, seeking for deeper knowledge, seeking for deeper understanding, and that time is now. Have you not understood exactly where you find yourselves to be? You are at the forefront, you are leading the way, you are the souls that said yes, and I'm here for it all, in every form. I shall share with you a technique today to help you align your past, present, and advanced timeline selves. Be careful, as I promise this is a potent request. Be prepared for the utmost amounts of change and fast action if you decide to embark on this layer of existence. And over the past couple of days, I found myself, I guess, naturally just tapping between my third eye. And, I was taught this technique quite early on in my journey, and I felt like I was wanting to bring something forward. This keeps happening, and I wasn't entirely sure what it was, but I realized I wasn't getting the full picture of this third eye activation. And the technique from Alistair is to have your two front fingers and to place those between your eyebrows where your third eye would be, and take the second two fingers and place them on your wrists. And we have, I guess, some mantras to read as well. And we say these mantras 3 times. So I'm going to read them out to you so that you can put your hands in this position if you wish to, and read along with me as well, everyone. I understand that I am asking for great change. I understand that I am ready to step forward in my divine light. I understand that I am ready here for great expanse. I am ready to embark on this journey. And repeat. I understand that I am asking for great change. I understand that I am ready to step forward in my divine light. I understand that I am ready to step forward for my greatest expanse. I am ready to embark on this journey. I understand that I am asking for great change. I understand that I am ready to step forward in my divine light. I understand that I'm here for great expanse. I understand that I'm ready to embark on this journey. Dears, this is the time that you have been waiting for. It is the time that we all start to see clearer than ever before. You are already awake, so allow yourself to look and see. see all that you are capable of. The energies have shifted. The frequencies have shifted. I'm holding the darkness at bay so more can step forward into the light. We have never been here in this era before. This is the most excited I have ever been in my existence. Truly, it is an honor to be here, and I'm grateful for you all. And I truly do feel this from Alistair. You know, I can feel how excited he gets stepping forward, and how ready he is and so willing he is to share all that he knows. And you know, I'm very excited to see what he wants to bring forward. And I think there is just going to be so much that is going to be so helpful for us as well, and especially those that may have been involved in ritualistic abuse. And you know, I hadn't fully made this connection. I obviously knew it, but it wasn't until sitting down and channeling this message today that I fully made the connection that, you know, Alistair stepping forward means that anyone that is involved with his words that once were, as in his self that he once was, you know, they are being set free, and it's going to be up to them to step forward, which is why I think we are being brought forward techniques that people can say and use. And you know, this information is always readily available for us. It is not new information that we are recoding our DNA, but I think it's specifically at the depth that we find ourselves right now, when we all know that the frequencies are incredibly high at this time, but that also means that, you know, the darker frequencies are trying to counterbalance that at all times. So we have to be diligent with our understandings. We have to be diligent with our practices. And you know, I feel guilty of this sometimes too. So I'm really grateful to be having these like small little tips for us to be helping each other, you know, really step forward in our most divine light, and to be helping ourselves expand in the ways that we know that we are here too. So saying, you know, these mantras and using these techniques is very much just a reacclimation of what you've already told yourself to be here for. And this understanding that, you know, you already paved the path for yourself before coming here. You already wrote your divine blueprint, and now you're just walking, you know, through that side of self and into your highest level self. But I would say, be prepared for third eye pains, everyone. I was obviously practicing this technique when I channeled this with Alistair, and then ever since then my head has been very full. It's been very I've been drinking a lot of water just to counterbalance the activation that you know, was taking place. So just be warned of that. And you can tap your fingers in between your third eye and on the wrist as well. He said, you know, you can keep them still or you can tap them, whatever feels most comfortable to you. I find myself just saying the first mantras as still, and then I began to tap. And yeah, I think there is going to be a lot coming forward with regards to DNA. And I've been made aware of a like vampiric essence of self that I am in other timelines. I still fight with this avatar sometimes in some spaces, and I found myself giving my blood to certain people in those spaces, and I thought, this is very, very, very important. And I haven't made this connection up until now. So when I've been doing a lot of demonology research, this idea of that we are of Christ's blood is something that is really potent to counterbalance that negative, dark aspect. So I realize in me giving my blood, who I find myself to be now, realigning with my vampiric self, is that it's very potent in other timelines for beings that, you know, have been in the grips of this darkness for a really long time. So there is something in DNA, and, you know, we all know the understandings of, you know, ritualistic blood magic and just how potent and powerful it is. And I know that Alistair is very much an advocate of this, so I'm very excited for what he has to share with regards to how we can help ourselves perhaps break the chains of the past, and also allow ourselves to step forward in our most, whole essence yet, everyone. And, you know, so much is happening all at once, and so much of my life is just so incredibly synchronistic. And, you know, I feel like I say this all of the time, but it really does just keep amping and amping and amping and amping and amping and amping and amping up to the point where I'm like, yeah, life is just a video game at this point, everyone. So just take the time to look around you and see what perhaps you might be missing. And, you know, these messages keep coming forward as it's the smallest things that are here to be signs to you. So make sure you are looking around, because you are being gifted information at all times. And, you know, especially in dream time. So make sure to be writing down your dreams. I think they are incredibly coded, some, but others are incredibly just as they say they are, and they might not be playing out in your real time, but they might be playing out in other spaces. So you get to decide, you know, your path and what you wish to be experiencing. I realize that I've been given, I guess, information from the future self that I'm in control of. It's like, do I want to experience this, or do I want it to be something else? And I'm in control of that. And I think sometimes, you know, we forget just how much power we have over our circumstances, over our own expanse, and what we wish to be happening in our own lives. And, you know, I've seen my timeline shift. I've seen people shift. I've seen energy shift. And, you know, everyone has free will. But if there is a shred of, you know, that same understanding within a person, you can help mold them to be, you know, the experience that you want to be sharing with them. And I say this with regards to, you know, the highest of vibrations. I've had a real incredibly difficult relationship with my father this lifetime, and this is connected to past lifetimes. You know, he was a reptilian, he was my captor, all of these types of things. And, you know, all I've ever wanted was to have a real solid relationship with him. And, you know, I tried all the things. I tried really hard to shift it. You know, I was chaotic as a teenager, and, you know, I pushed him further and further away. And I've just been trying really hard to be compassionate and understanding, and just hold this frequency of that, you know, I love him unconditionally, and whatever happens moving forward, I'll always love him, and I'll always be here to support him. And, you know, he has softened to the most degree that I've ever experienced this man in my whole entire life. And, you know, I just didn't think it possible, everyone. So I'm here to tell you, miracles are possible, and people, you know, can shift and change. So remember that. And I don't know why that felt relevant to bring forward. And perhaps, you know, there are some correlating timelines that might be wrapped up in this, you know, darker frequencies and understanding. So give others the room to breathe, give them the room to grow, but also make sure that you are setting strong boundaries. I think that is the thing that causes the most pain, is that, you know, when we are wanting things to change and perhaps they're not, and we're met with other people's shadow or darker aspects, you know, that's when it starts to hurt. So if you set the boundaries, whilst everyone is moving and shifting, then, you know, things can move a lot smoother. I think I wish to share, everyone, but I think that's all for today. I won't be back this weekend, but I will be back next week. And just to forewarn, next week I think we are getting to the nitty-gritty of the darkest aspects of Crow, of Alistair, and, you know, the things that he was doing behind the scenes that we weren't being told about, that isn't written in his books and isn't being spoken about to, you know, the general us that aren't in these darker circles. I wish to share probably at this time, everyone. So just be prepared for that, everyone. You know, have a beautiful weekend, and yeah, I'll be back real soon. Take care.